Stop stalling, nigga!
Nation TV, welcome back to the channel. Do me a favor, guys. Click that like button, subscribe to that channel, hit that notification bell so anytime I drop a video, you guys can be notified. Now let's get to it. Where's all my boxing fans at? All my men and women boxing fans, we're going to get to it. And I just want to know one thing before we start. Can we still be friends after we have this conversation, after I roast the shit out of Terrence Crawford? Now,
stop stalling, nigga! Okay.
Now, as you can tell, I am a Errol Spence fan, unapologetically. I've been watching Errol Spence, following his career since before he even fought Kell Brook, when he went across the pond and first got the belt. So just know that. I've been following Errol Spence since Terrence Crawford was in the 140-pound division, where that man became undisputed champion. But I tell you what, in the 140-pound division where he became undisputed champion, they were all C-level fighters. None of those champions that he fought and got belts from in the 140-pound division turned out to be A-level fighters, such as Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford is an A-level fighter who fought C-level competition. That's all I'm saying. So leave me a comment down in my comment section if you guys disagree. I know this is a hot topic. This is trending. Everybody's mad. I know I'm mad. I feel like this. If you ain't mad about this fight, about what your boy Bud just did, then you're not really a fan of boxing. So this is for my true fans of boxing, right? Like I said before, I've been following Errol Spence through the car crash, the torn retina, all that, the Ugas fight, the Sean Porter fight. I've been following my man, and I've been following Bud too. Don't get it mistaken. I'm not saying that I don't like Bud. I do like Bud, but I was following Errol Spence. When it comes to the 147-pound division, Errol the Truth Spence is my guy. So I know we probably gonna bump heads, but can we still be friends? Like I said before, hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and let's get it. Let's talk about this, right? Now, they've been negotiating this fight for like the past 3 to 4 months, right? Terrence Crawford has been up in this division maybe about 3 years now. He's been calling Errol Spence out. They've been, what you might say, on opposite sides of the street, promoted by different promoters and all that junk. We're not going to get into all that, but I will tell you that Terrence Crawford used to be promoted by Bob Arum. He ended up suing his own promoter. So this guy is trying to get a fight with fellow champion who holds 3 belts. In the 147-pound division, Errol the Truth Spence, right? He's trying to get that fight. So he say he was trying to get that fight, right? Errol told him, I'm going to clean up my side of the street. Once I clean up on my side of the street, then me and you can get it on. So he tells my man, you know, once I clear this side of the street up, then me and you can get it on. These guys from the Crawford camp, from Bud's camp, put out the narrative that he was scared, right? So, and I think when he called him out, he didn't even have all 3 belts. We called him out, he only had 1 belt. So he went and got the other 2 belts, just like he said, right? Then he called Crawford out after he fought Ugas in this last fight. So we've been negotiating this fight for the last 4 months, right? Now there's a certain YouTuber out that I listen to, Blue Blood Sports TV. Shout out to Blue. I like Blue. But I think he has a conflict of interest when it comes to this fight now, because Terrence Crawford has reached out to Blue and some streaming network called Black Prime. All of a sudden, they're offering Terrence Crawford $10 million to have a fight with David. I can't even remember that dude's last name. At something. This dude I can't even remember his name. He's a nobody. He's not really a nobody, but I can't remember his name. I think he's in the top 10, but he ain't in the top 5, right? So everybody's wondering why he takes this fight. You know, well, obviously it's the $10 million. He was saying that PBC and Errol Spence were lowballing him, right? But I also heard that the PBC offered him $15 million. I'm not sure if that's true. If it is, somebody leave me a comment and let me know if I'm wrong. But I heard they offered him $15 million. Then I also heard that they offered him 65-35, which is kind of like a slave contract, and I wouldn't sign it. But then I heard that he said that he signed that contract. They said that he signed that contract, a 65-35. I said bullshit. I know he ain't that crazy. I know Bomac ain't that crazy. Yeah, the one that's by the vending machine, that Bomac, that stays by the vending machine, that dude right there. Man, I can't stand that dude. That's his manager. Bomac's his manager, right? I'm gonna pull a picture up for Bomac. That's his manager right there. Now, they don't have no promotional company, and that's his manager, and they're going and dealing with a 500 fortune company with PBC. You're in the big time, right? And he comes in there with no with this manager, but he doesn't have a promoter. Errol Spence is promoted. He doesn't have that problem. The PBC didn't have that problem when Wilder and Tyson Fury fought, and Fury fought under Bob Arum. They didn't have that problem when Canelo fought. Who was it that Canelo fought that was from the PBC? But Canelo had a fight with somebody from the PBC also, and they didn't have that problem. But now we get to Terrence Crawford. His own promoter said that he could have built a mansion in California with all the money that he wasted on Terrence Bud Crawford. He's pound for pound number one on the list, and he goes and he skips negotiations with Errol Spence to jump to this Black Prime network that nobody's even heard of, that has no experience in pay-per-views, for $10 million. Honestly, I don't believe it's true. I think he's going to fall on his face. I think it's just another bad decision in a long list of bad decisions that Terrence Bud Crawford has made throughout his career, and he's continuously doing it again, right? I don't know who put him up to this, right? But I'm anxious to see how it works out. I'm not wishing this brother no bad. If he can get the money, because honestly, let me tell you this. He deserves $10 million at least to fight Errol Spence. I heard they offered him 15. Why did he not take it? Who is really holding up this fight? Is it really Errol the True Spence, or is Terrence Bud Crawford? It's somebody lying. That's all I'm saying. I don't know who it is. I can only give you my opinion. I'm not sitting there on the negotiations. I can't honestly sit up here and tell you that it's Terrence Bud Crawford's fault or Errol Spence's fault. I have no clue. Don't nobody know. But I can only go by what your camp puts out there. Your camp is putting this stuff out there. You want the fight. You want this. He's holding up the fight. He's scared of that. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, you've been negotiating another fight behind this man's back all along. Man, it takes more than a month to negotiate a $10 million fight. So he had this in his back pocket. This was his go-to. Now, I don't know if the reason why he did it was solely because of the $10 million, because they offered him $15 million, and I believe that. They said he wanted, I guess Bomac came and said, open up the books. Now, you ain't been worried about Bob Arum's books, but now you want to open up, you're going to tell PBC to open up the books. I just looked at his top pay-per-view buys today, the most that he's ever sold, and that's only 135,000 pay-per-views, right? You add that up, at $40 a pop, and I just did round it off to 200,000. That's only $8 million. How are they going to get $10 million to pay this dude? How are you going to get the money to pay the other fighter, the venue, and everything else that goes along with promoting the fight? But it's going to be on some streaming venue that we've never heard of, Black Prime, and I bet you probably can't even find it. I honestly don't understand what's wrong with Terrence Bud Crawford, #1 pound-for-pound champion. I'm even questioning that status now. You might as well just put Devin Haney as #1 pound-for-pound. He went across the pond not once but twice and grabbed all those belts, and he's undisputed at 23 years old. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. This man right here, he don't even, bro, the lies that come out of that camp is unbelievable, right? So it's time to hold Terrence Bud Crawford accountable for messing up the biggest fight of the century, the biggest fight in the last 30 to 40 years. Errol Spence has Terrence Bud Crawford in the 147-pound division, you know what I'm saying, for undisputed. I honestly think he hating. And I don't even want to go there. But I honestly think, because I'm telling you guys, if you've been watching this like I've been watching this for the last couple years, he been calling. Man, they've been calling Earl Spence a drunk because if you guys don't know, Earl Spence had a horrific car accident. During this time that he had that accident, these guys are on the internet poking the bear, basically calling him drunk, calling him an alcoholic. Maybe that's why he had all those strong words for him back then, because back then, he was hanging out with Yellow Beezy, doing his thing or whatever he was doing. You see what I'm saying? But now after that, then he got back in, and that's another reason that the fight got pushed back. He had the car accident. He gets back in. He goes and takes who's belt? I think he gets back in and he goes and he fights Danny Garcia. Whoops, Danny Garcia. You see what I'm saying? Whoops, Danny Garcia, and then I think he has a torn retina. He has a torn retina that pushes all his fights back. So everything that he was doing got pushed back with the car accident and the torn retina. Man, don't play coy, though. Don't act like all that stuff didn't happen to Earl Spence and he was just sitting over there trying to avoid you. And he's flat out told you, I'm gonna get these three belts. Fast forward to the day. Earl Spence has those three belts. He's been calling Terrence Crawford out. Terrence Crawford has been online talking about, I've signed the contract. How can you sign a contract and you got another fight in your back pocket? He's fighting December 10th, guys. He's fighting David Adanasia on December 10th. He was playing both sides, bro. He didn't care. I think honestly, he know the only way that that Spence can get that undisputed title is by whooping his ass, right? And I think it's he don't want to give up that O, and he wants to give it up. Once he give it up, he's giving it up to his rival, to somebody that he hates, to the spot that spot should be his, right? No, that spot should not be yours, homie. You got one belt. You fought a teacher. You fought Jeff. What's that boy name that beat Pacquiao? I can't remember his name. Jeff something. He was a teacher, and he really, man, I ain't gonna get into all that. Yeah, you fought him. You took the easy route. When you came up to 147, you took the easy route with Bob Arum when he got that white dude's belt. You didn't go over there and try to get none of the belts from PBC. Man, come on, man. Quit stalling, man. Quit stalling, man. You seen what he did to Ugas. You seen, man, all you had to do was say, man, I need a tune-up. Instead of having the fans like us, me, the fans, and everybody else sitting up here waiting, trying to get this fight, we making bets and stuff on the side out here, sitting out here talking shit at work with my co-workers and stuff. And then the next thing you know, he come out with this. Man, come on, man. I don't even want to get into it and talk like that on there, like that, man. That move right there is suspect, bro. It's suspect. That's a zesty ass move he just did, man. I can't condone that and don't respect it, man. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford, pound for pound, on everybody's list in boxing, hell of a fighter. Never can take that away from what the man can do in the ring. But as far as doing business, boxing is a business, man. Boxing ain't just you getting in there with your manager, man, and talking shit, eating chicken wings and shit, and just, buying out the motherfucking vending machine, and you talking shit about you want to see the books. You should have been talking that when you was with Bob Arum. How dare you come talk about let me see the books, and you can't even sell out a barbecue. Rowdy Nation TV, man. Click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. I know a lot of y'all gonna be mad at me, especially the Terrence Bud Crawford fans. But we still cool, man. Just holler at me, check me out. I still think he the second best, in the 147-pound division. I do. I still think he's the second best in the 147-pound division. And if he comes up to 154, you got to understand some people. Terrence Bud Crawford fans, listen to me. You got to understand. Wherever he go, all roads lead through the PBC. All roads at 147 and 154. So this right here is just stalling himself out. It's a money play, people. It's a money grab. He 35, going on 36 or whatever. It's a money grab. At the end of the game right now, it's about how much money I can get. It's not about legacy. Don't ever believe when that man sit up here and tell you about legacy, man, that's a lie, man, to your ears. Don't believe that, bro. Don't believe that. It's all about the money right now when it comes to Terrence Bud Crawford, the highest bidder. Just make sure that money's clean, man, because we don't know where this company came from. We don't know where this company came from. Black Prime, I ain't even never heard of them. I don't think they ever did a pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? like I said before, man, good luck to that brother. I hope everything turns out. I hope we can get the fight maybe next year in February sometime. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if the PBC even want to deal with this dude, man. That's snakish, yo. That's so snakish, bro. I don't even know, man. I'll be like, man, I'll just leave this dude in the dust, man, and not even fuck with him, man. You done got us all up, man. Put the Kool-Aid in there. I'm thinking there's Kool-Aid in there. I go to the refrigerator. I go in there to get the Kool-Aid. There's only a little ass sip. You done got me all hyped up for the Kool-Aid, man. I can't even drink. Man, the dude, cap, man. Rowdy Nation TV. Click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We out.